I've forgotten how scary Oliver is when he's pissed off. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 5, Episode 2, The Recruits. And yeah, Oliver is training some new people, and because, he doesn't have Thea or Diggle or Laurel anymore, or even Sarah, I guess, if you want to mention her too. So he's looking for some newbies, and obviously Curtis was one of the first people offered a position, and he went out and reached out to Artemis and. Well, I guess she's not Artemis yet, right? And Wild Dog, the dude with the hockey mask, the Casey Jones ripoff, which, funny enough, Stephen Amell played Casey Jones this summer. And so we got to see Oliver training these kids or these guys, and it was really good. I liked seeing how tough Oliver was, and he was always tough on other people too. Although throughout the years he started lighting it up a little bit more, obviously in the last two seasons, and we kind of see through the flashbacks why Oliver has been very secretive throughout the years, and maybe why it was hard for him to not be secretive, because in the Bertava, he kind of learned all of this throughout. That's what he was kind of telling Felicity, from what I understood. And we actually see how the flashbacks, once again, we haven't seen the flashbacks this good for a long time. And I really enjoyed the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks are finally back on track. It seemed like the island stuff should have only been 3 seasons. It should have been season 1, season 2, and then this should have been season 3. But whatever, I mean, we got what we got. It's too late now to change it. But I'm really liking the flashbacks. I think how it tied into what was going on in the present day with the training and the bell. It really helped us understand why Oliver is who he is right now, or at least it seems like that's what the flashbacks are going to teach us. They're going to reveal a lot about about Oliver, and why he does what he does, and this was a big one, in my opinion. And speaking of the flashbacks, it was like as soon as he hit the bell, I thought all of them were going to be home free, and then what happens? The other guys who didn't ring the bell got shot. The other guys who Oliver, had help with, because he came up with the plan. So because of that, those guys were like shot one by one. It was crazy. And then we also have Diggle, right? Diggle is still in the army. But it looks like the army's betraying Diggle. Oh crap. And now they have, I guess he doesn't have evidence that he can tell the government about. And now he's screwed. So what's he going to do? Well, it looks like it's time for a vigilante's life. So I have a feeling, I think we all knew this was going to happen. Diggle is going to come back to Team Arrow and use some vigilantism for a little bit of help to get these guys. But how do they tie in to the overall plot of what's going on? Is this going to be tied in, or is this going to be like a B mission sort of thing? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that will get resolved later on. It has to, unless they save it for like season 6 or something. But from what I saw here, I hope it does get resolved. I hope it's not something that we're not going to hear about right away. Diggle obviously is going to be getting a new helmet, so it's going to be great to see him back on the team. And I'm very curious to see how Diggle is going to react to Oliver's killing spree now. We also have this rag tag guy. I think that was his name, Rag something, a ragtag. And he's like running around the city. He looks like to be a metahuman because he has something coming, like whatever, squiggly arms coming out of his sockets. And so Oliver knows he has to take this guy down, but he doesn't know if he can use those guys. Felicity eventually convinces him to take them out. And so he uses this as an opportunity and takes them while he goes out as Mayor Oliver. They're all, in their civilian clothing also, but helping in this in this building where the CEO that Oliver is negotiating with comes in. So they're like bodyguards, I guess, hired bodyguards to protect them just in case. But they don't know that Oliver is the Green Arrow, except for Curtis, obviously. Just the other two don't know. And the ragtag guy comes in. Wild Dog attacks him, but unfortunately he gets away. The ragtag guy gets away. And Oliver later gets pissed off at them. And man, I gotta admit, I kind of missed pissed off Oliver. Like when Oliver gets really upset, Stephen Amell is an awesome actor. I gotta say that because he can be a scary guy sometimes when he gets angry. He's still not Ben Affleck, scary when Ben Affleck as Batman got angry. That's the Batman I don't want to meet in a dark alley. Oliver is getting there. I'll just say that. I don't know where they're going with this Quentin Lance. He's drunk now. He's been drinking a bit lately since he got back. We kind of learned that last week with Oliver. But now Thea's learning about it, and now she's trying to help him and maybe get him a job. And for me, it's a little confusing because, yes, even though Laurel died, and I understand that he had to grieve through that, and now he broke up with Donna, he still has a daughter out there. Like, Sarah is still out there, and as far as Quentin should know, she's not dead. I mean, she came back in the finale of Legends of Tomorrow and, talked to her father, and he was like, he understood that his daughter had to continue going out there and protecting the world. So I don't know why he would lose so much hope. Then again, I'm not a father. I don't have no daughters that I lost. So maybe I can't really relate to that too much. I just don't understand why he's taking it that hard. It seems like he's trying to hide it at the same time, which feels like he's really gone down the rabbit hole and kind of lost himself and who he is. So I'm very curious to see where the writers and the producers are taking this. I'm curious. I don't know if I love it yet, and I don't know. I feel bad for Quentin. I just don't completely understand it yet because to me, he shouldn't be taking it as hard as he is. But maybe when the big crossover happens, Sarah will come back and be like, "Dad, you okay, man?" Maybe she'll give him a heart-to-heart talk and tell him to get over it. I'm here. I'm still alive. So that, I don't know. We'll have to see where that goes. Later in the episode, towards the end, we find out this ragtag is not fully evil. He's actually a good guy who just lost his family, I guess, during the attack that Damien Darhk was doing. The bomb that Felicity, I guess, accidentally dropped on a city, if you guys remember that. And he was wrapped up in some blankets or something, and he was protected somehow. I didn't really follow that all the way through, but okay. And now Oliver's just accepting him into Team Arrow, even though he wasn't there at the end, and Oliver didn't reveal his secret. But I guess he's like, yeah, you're okay, trained, so just do what you do, okay, and just pop by whenever you can and help us out. And finally, we have Church at the very end of the episode here, and Prometheus jumps on him at the very end. We haven't. I thought the ragtag was Prometheus throughout this entire episode, and then when I saw Prometheus come by, I was like, oh, okay, so they're different characters. Okay, never mind. And so Prometheus jumped out and threatened Church that, hey, you killed the Green Arrow, and I'm gonna kill you. So what is Prometheus's plan? Why does he want to kill the Green Arrow? There's a lot of theories on who Prometheus is. Obviously, the most popular theory, I think, is Tommy Merlin might be Prometheus. And that's not a bad theory, I've been thinking, Prometheus is Tommy Merlin brought back to life somehow. We don't know how. We haven't seen Merlin yet, so that could play a factor into it. I also think, if you didn't hear my review of The Flash yesterday, I have a theory that Alchemy maybe could be Eddie. What if both of them are back to life and Alchemy is Eddie because of the Flashpoint paradox thing? And what if Tommy Merlin is now alive because of Flashpoint? I mean, we know from Flash's episode yesterday, Diggle apparently has a son now, everybody. So, and, Barry didn't go back in time to change it again. So that means Diggle is now stuck with a son who will one day become Connor Hawke, the Green Arrow. So, it was interesting. I can't wait to see who more of this Prometheus. I want to see him go head to head with the Green Arrow because he does look intimidating and badass, and I can't wait to see what that fight will be like. I need to see how strong Prometheus is against Arrow, because that will determine the factor in how the rest of the season plays out. So with that being said, guys, I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought it was I'll say it wasn't quite as good as last week's, but last week's was just amazing on every possible level. This one was a really good episode too, a really strong episode. So I'm very happy with what we're getting so far. Things are looking good for me anyways. I'm hoping it's good for everybody else too. I think Arrow needs to get back on track for everybody. And look, Felicity in these last two episodes have been so much enjoyable to watch. I haven't enjoyed Felicity on Arrow for a long while because, the Olicity drama really kind of tarnished her. But I feel like she's back to the Felicity that we used to love. And I realized Olicity was the problem with everybody else. Because whenever she guest starred on The Flash solo, without Oliver, Felicity was always back to her old self. And I was like saying, why is Felicity normal on on Flash, but not on Arrow? Even yesterday, she was, her old self again, her old perky self, who's not, she's a little clumsy, not clumsy, but you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm really enjoying about Felicity. So far, so good. Let's not get back to drama, Felicity. Let's keep Felicity this way. Let's keep her with her new boyfriend. Her new boyfriend seems to be giving her the right attitude. And with that being said, guys, I'm ending it here. Like my video, subscribe to my channel. Spread this video around and tell other people, hey, look what this bozo thinks of the recent episode of Arrow. And comment below and tell me your thoughts on the episode. I read all the comments whenever I might not get back to all of you, but I do read all of them. And with that being said, check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and take care.